Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Controllers and Coffee. We're going to be talking about some exciting things today. We've had some exciting news come out from PlayStation and we've been playing some groovy games. So let's get stuck into it. Today, as always, I'm joined by the illustrious Kat Jarrettson. Hello.
Yo. Hello.
What is going on?
Oh, just living life, planning my day one PlayStation 5
Yes.
day. Just planning that
True.
day.
Yes, that's right. So let's talk about that for a minute. So
Just dreaming of it. Oh, it's just dreaming.
So Kat, you have paid for your PS5.
I have secured a day one PS5
That's
pickup.
so exciting.
So exciting. Secured time off work. Secured.
Nice.
I'm gonna probably buy me a capture card and some video games and just roll in hard. Hit it hard. Unboxing live.
Sick.
Straight into gameplay.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, you need to do that.
So excited.
Speaking of which, Kat has recently started streaming again. Now that Mixer's dead, rip Mixer.
Rippy dip.
Tell us where people can find you for your stream before we get cracking into today's episode.
Of course, you can find me on Twitch, the obvious other choice.
Yes.
Twitch.tv/CapCat, same as the names you see for me everywhere else, pretty much. So
Yeah.
very easy to find. I've only been streaming again for this last week, so very fresh. Get on in, get in the support. Love it.
Sick.
Love it.
Awesome. And speaking of you streaming, you've been playing something new, something that's getting quite a lot of, I guess, coverage at the moment. Seems to be taken off quite a bit. That is Genshin Impact. Let's talk about that. How are you finding it?
It's so good. It's so good. When I started playing the game, so it's like obviously Breath of the Wild comparisons there. I don't know if you ever played Xenoblade. Specifically, Xenoblade 2 is the only one that I've played, but if you put them together and add like a ton more gacha, it's
Yes.
perfect. Like it
Yeah,
is
cool.
100% it. But it is so good. Like I've been playing in blocks while streaming. I just can't get enough. It's beautiful. It's fun. Like, man, I love it. I love everything about it. I love it.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I guess maybe you don't know because you've only played, a few hours at this point?
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm like adventure level 12. I've leveled my characters up to the max soft cap of 20, but I can't ascend them until I think I hit adventure level 16 or so from what I've heard. There's a lot of things that I can't do yet. Like there's daily quests and co-op and all this sort of stuff that I can't even attempt because I'm not a high enough adventure rank yet. But it seems pretty easy to level up with it. Like you kill random enemies out and about, you open chests or you do quests. Like easy squeezy, and I love it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's one thing like I'm hearing from a lot of people and a lot of like YouTubers and stuff is like, even though it's a free to play game and it does have that kind of gacha mechanic built into it, it's like there's a lot of content to enjoy, obviously all for free. Do you, from where you are at the moment, do you foresee like getting to a point where you're like
Gated?
You're potentially gated, or you're kind of in
Needing to pay?
Yeah, inspired to pay money.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen, literally everything that you can just get from playing. Like every resource that you need, like there's a resource called Wishes that you use to buy randomized weapons and characters and that sort of thing. And you can just get those from playing. When you get those and break those things down, you get the other currency that you can purchase with money, but you get quite a bit of it. Like from everything that I've seen as well and heard from other people playing, there's not necessarily a need at all to pay because you get so much of the currency from everything else, which is amazing.
That's
but
awesome.
of course, there is the option to pay if you want to. And if it's free to play, I haven't paid anything yet, so I could pay more. Not that I ever do, but I could. Like,
Yeah.
I've
Cat,
sunk nothing into this so far, so
very much the person who doesn't pay for microtransactions, like a incredibly smart person.
I'm just an incredibly poor person.
Either way, it works.
That's same.
There's many poor people out there who I'm sure pay for microtransactions. So, that's good. That's really good to hear, and it's out on everything except Xbox. I haven't downloaded it for my PlayStation at the moment, but I'm in the middle of so many games that I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I heard I had some people jump in my stream while I was playing and they downloaded it on mobile. And
Yeah.
they seem to be having a great time on mobile.
Mm.
I don't know how I would be able to even function playing that on mobile. Like I can barely function playing it on PC. Like how many buttons I got on my keyboard. But all power to them. Like it looks so good. I love everything about it. I love the aesthetics, the music, the gameplay is so fun because it's like Breath of the Wild, but it's more enjoyable. Like there's different fighting styles, your elemental powers, and your weapons don't break. So
yes.
and you can cook still.
Nice.
I love my little follower Paimon thing that hangs around with me.
Is that little flying thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that she refers to herself as Paimon. Like she's like Paimon wants to do this or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm just not a huge fan of that like dialogue. But
Yeah,
I'll survive it because she looks really cool. And like the other characters are awesome. There's only one character that I've really been like, negative feelings towards you. But all the rest are just so sick. Like I love it. I love it.
Very cool. And is it am I right in assuming so the combat, like you can switch on the fly between your characters?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the coolest things about that I discovered is that when you switch on the fly, right? Like I can switch to a Geo character, like a rock character, and she can like put out a shield around herself, and then you can switch back to another character, and you still keep that shield. And so like you can use your powers between your characters, and then switch back so that you can combo them and be strong as fuck. I love it. It's so good, dude.
Sick.
I'm having such a great time.
That's really awesome. Cool. Very good. Have you been playing anything else?
I played some Destiny.
Oh.
Yesterday. It's Halloween time, so I haven't played in so long.
Yeah.
So I decided to jump in, have a bit of a play around. Beyond Light starts in about a month, so
yeah.
I'll try and familiarize myself with what is actually happening because I haven't played in so long, and then I might jump into Beyond Light a little bit later as well. And just playing Among Us, as everyone knows, an amazing game. It's so freaking good. Yeah. Even though I absolutely am terrible at being the imposter, it's still amazing fun.
Yeah, Destiny's an interesting one because it just came onto Game Pass. With everything, like all the current expansions.
All the shit that I've already paid for.
Yes, that too. And Beyond Light is coming to Game Pass on day one as well, which I think that's really cool. That's going to, give it a boost for people who, like me, like I'm sort of always on the edge of being interested in Destiny 2 because I was kind of burned with the first game, but the second one looks so good. But now I could, in theory, give it a go.
Do it.
Under Game Pass subscription.
100%.
I have been playing Star Wars Squadrons.
Yes.
And if you probably have ever listened to this podcast or anything I've done, I'm a big Star Wars boy. Last year, my game of the year was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for sure. I absolutely love that game, despite it got a bit of a rough go because it was a bit buggy and the combat was a bit jankums.
It was a little jankums, and I personally too short for me, but still an amazing game.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the shorter games. Speaking of which, though, Squadrons is a shorter game. It's like around kind of 8 to 10 hours. I think I'm
Sure.
right at the end. But and this is so weird because it as a game, it's something that I should absolutely love, but I just don't love it.
What's
It's
up with it, dude? Like, it looks gorgeous.
it looks phenomenal. I'll give it credit for that. It is really, really quite something when you're like in the cockpit of an X-wing or a TIE fighter or an A-wing or just anything, and it's all in first person, and you've got all your cockpit controls. There's hardly any HUD at all, so you're using the cockpit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it looks great. I don't know, the story is just, it's so paint by numbers, and it feels very like, I mean, I haven't played multiplayer yet, so I'm going to give it some concession there, but it feels like the story is kind of tacked on, and it's just not very interesting. Also, I entirely think it's made for VR.
You have a joystick?
I don't, but you can use one. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's the difference, man. Forget
Apparently-
the story. You just need a joystick.
Apparently in VR, it's really, really good. As like even like multiplayer as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the story. What's weird about it is when you're preparing for a mission or something like that, you kind of stood still, and you can look around in a 360 degree, like field of view, and look around the ship that you're in, but you don't move, and also your character doesn't talk. At the start of the game, you choose between like some preset faces and preset names, and then a preset voice, but it's kind of like an RPG. You choose like what they might say in like a combat bit where they're like, "I'm hit,
Yeah. Oh!
I'm going down."
Help!
But whereas in cutscenes and everything, everyone just talks at you, and it just feels really strange.
Strange. If they make you... why not just put some lines in there?
Exactly. Exactly. It feels so strange that you have this 2-minute conversation with someone and you just don't say anything. They're just speaking at you. And because it seems like it's made for VR, you're in the ship, your starfighter's here, and there's like someone here that you can talk to. You look at them, you press A, it jumps to them, and then you're talking to them. And then you go into the briefing room and you get briefed on the mission, and then there's like maybe one other person to talk to, and then you go out in your mission and you choose your loadouts and stuff. And that, it's all just like really, I don't know, it's almost jarring because it's
jumps and cuts instead of any linear movement.
Yeah, like even just like, I don't know, let you walk around and look at your ship and then walk into the briefing room, or don't even
like you can click on the option and just force the character animation to walk there. Like,
I think
you don't have to actually press like forward to do it.
Yeah, even that might be better. I think they should have just left that stuff out of it and just had all those in between sections just in cutscenes. They should have just, because the cinematic cutscenes are really good. Like the game is stunning, and I think some of the cutscenes are pre-rendered and they look a little bit better than the game. But I mean, I could be wrong. Not that the game doesn't look great, but I think it would have just been so much more effective if you choose a person and there's a male and a female voice or whatever, and then they have a few voice lines for both Rebels and Empire. Yeah, it's very strange, but the combat, even like the flying is fun, but it's not like, I am not like hooked on it. I really can't understand.
Surprising reaction from you,
Yeah, and it's like such a dream game. Like those X-Wing TIE Fighter games, I thought were really great. Back when I was a kid, I didn't play them as much as a lot of other people did, but they were really fun. I think it's just the missions almost feel like a bit of a chore. Like you go in and you have to like take out a couple of things, and then some enemies will spawn, like some X-Wings will fly at you, and then you have to take them out, and it just doesn't feel like I recently played Ace Combat earlier this year, and I absolutely loved that game. The story was just insane. It was very, very Japanese. But like, yeah, but the combat was phenomenal, and you felt like, I don't know, it like really maneuverable, and each plane felt a little different, and the weapons were really like snappy and fun to use. Whereas this, like, yeah, it is fun in a way, but it sometimes feels like you're like flying through mud, and it's like you're trying to turn, and you're like, there's a way to kind of, if you put like divert all your power to your engines and then drop to half speed, half throttle, you can like turn really quickly. But even then, like, someone could fly past you and you're still like, oh, trying to turn around, and it just doesn't feel good like it should do. And I'm so disappointed. Some people are raving about it like it's the best Star Wars game ever. And great. I'm happy for those people. That's awesome. I wish I felt that way. But it just doesn't feel quite right. And again, this is probably a budgetary limitation because it is a smaller game, but all the missions are space combat, and obviously it's a starfighter game, but like, I wish there were a few missions where you like were on the surface of a planet, still in the air, but like above a battle, or just
flying with the ground.
Yeah, like, you know, there's some great missions in Ace Combat where it's like you have to like stealth through this area by like flying through a canyon, and you have to take out these things along the way, and then like when you get to the end of the canyon, you've like ambushed your enemy who have like a base there. Something like that would, I think, kind of break it up. Yeah. I think it would break it up a lot.
There's also so much opportunity for that within the IP. Like, what?
I know. Like, you're flying above these amazing looking planets, and the areas where you're flying are really cool sometimes. They're not always just dead space. There's, you know, ships in orbit, and there's like, you know, asteroid belt, like there's an asteroid field and stuff in another mission. But there's not that kind of diversity of locations, and I think that's what kind of bored me a bit with it, because it just feels, I don't know, just lacking. I really can't even like put it into words why I dislike it so much. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna try some multiplayer. It's cross-play, which is awesome as well. So, you know, we'll see. I'll play with some friends and see if that kind of improves the experience, because some of the multiplayer stuff sounds interesting. There's a mode where you're kind of attacking and defending like a capital ship, depending on what side you're on, and that sounds cool. But, and I think it's clearly made for VR, hence potentially why it's first person only. But I really think if they had the option for third person camera, it would be a lot more enticing. I feel like sometimes you just don't know what's going on. You don't know if you're up or down because you're in space, and it's like you're flying. There is no up or down. It's like, wait a minute, what am I even trying to shoot at? And sometimes the targeting system's a bit weird. Like, it doesn't select the objective or the component that you want to kind of attack if it's a capital ship. So I'm mixed on it. It's fun in some ways, but a bit of a meh. I mean, it was only $50, which is fine. But instead of, you know, 90 or whatever. But yeah, doesn't float me boat. Doesn't float me X-Wing.
That's a shame.
It is. It is a shame. It's a damn shame. But oh well, you know, what are you gonna do? Complain.
Wait for more games.
Exactly.
Play more Ace Combat.
Well, yeah. Although I was so angry by the end of that game, because the final mission, you have to fly directly up a space elevator, and there's stuff in the way, and I kept crashing, and it was like, oh my god, I was so mad.
You need a joystick, man.
But I finished it. Hey,
you need a joystick. That's it.
I know.
Crash, man. You need a joystick.
Need the old Thrustmaster. But yeah, let's talk about something more exciting, which is PlayStation 5. We've spoken about it a little bit on the podcast recently. We did a breakdown of all of the PS5 showcase, which if you haven't watched already, check out last fortnight's episode where we go through all of the exciting announcements. And last night,
Today.
PlayStation released a video doing a teardown of the console, and damn, it's a chunky boy.
It is a chunky boy. Even just him having it on the table in front of him, I was like, is this a small man? Or like,
I know.
how big is this bastard? I've got a floating shelf. I'm like watching the video, looking at my shelf like, can I stand that there? Like, is it gonna fit?
Is it gonna hold the weight? I think it's about 5 or 6 kilos or something.
I got huge hinges on it, so the weight's not a problem. But the actual dimensions, like, I think I'm gonna have to hide it behind my Switch a bit to actually make it fit sideways.
When I get one, I'm just gonna have to hide it somewhere so I don't have to look at it.
Gonna look at it. It's beautiful.
I don't know. I'm. The more I see it, I'm like, ugh.
Get over yourself, mate. Get some custom face plates.
Yeah,
and
I
shut
think
your pie hole.
Maybe it's the why. I don't know, but it's the disc drive bit, like the.
Oh yeah, the
big chunk. Yeah, it's like, oh crap, we need a disc drive. Let's throw it in.
Shit. That's why they added the hooks. People can 3D print their own shape there. It's gonna be fine. No, it's fine, man. Like, I'm gonna face mine sideways. I'm gonna see one sweet side, and the disc drive's gonna face the wall. It's not gonna be a problem, man. Do the same thing.
It's pretty cool though. Like, it's really interesting to see the differences in design from Xbox to PlayStation and how they've done the motherboard and the cooling solution and everything.
Huge venting. So much vent.
Huge. And suck holes. Vacuum
Giant
holes.
suck holes.
Giant suck holes.
I thought the bendiness of the plates surprised me. He's like, just bend it and slide it off.
Yeah.
You're bending it quite fast, sir. Like, you gonna snap that bad boy? Oh!
Yeah, I wonder how many situations are gonna happen where someone's just like, oh, I tried to put an SSD in my console and I snapped the friggin' thing off.
The faceplate's naked now.
I wonder, how it would go naked. It would probably get so dusty.
All the dust goes into that huge, thick ass fan.
Yes, it is a thick boy.
It was so big. I mean, when they pulled the plating off and they showed the fan, I was like, man, that's a pretty big fan. And then he pulled it out, and it's like, I was like, what? You fit that in where? Like,
yeah.
Boy.
And you're a PC pro gamer. What's your kind of thought on the liquid metal thing? That's
so cool. And cooling.
Yeah. Is it just better thermal conduction or?
I couldn't tell you shit about it, but it looks cool. I was like, what do you mean liquid metal? I'm watching it. I'm like, I got dumb brain. What is liquid metal? That looks like regular metal to me. And then they zoom in. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's moving.
It's liquid metal. I don't like. It doesn't seem like a huge amount either. So I'm interested.
Yeah, is it just in place of thermal paste?
That's what I'm wondering. Yeah,
I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
It must be.
But it must cool better or something.
It must be good cooling, because then they have that huge cooling
big old
system.
Heat sink. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's massive.
What they say it was like? They were like, it's like a super cooler or something.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. It's like, it pretty much turns it into a super vent, and I was like, oh.
It was such a funny. It's so funny watching the difference between PlayStation and Xbox's rollout of information, because PlayStation are just like, we are very professional Japanese men, and we are.
I do love every time they say super something, like it's English words.
Yeah,
it's really interesting that they don't have surely they have words for super or great or whatever.
Yeah.
A proprietary word, I guess, is English and they just use that. It's so interesting.
It is funny. I love the
Oh,
pronunciation.
They said that their huge heat sink is almost a vapor chamber for cooling.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what they said. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, whereas Xbox are using a vapor chamber, but it's a very different like aesthetic. Like if you look at the side pictures of the Xbox Series X, it's like that shit is jam packed in there. There
Yeah,
is
it
like
is tight.
it's like a little Tetris, box.
Yeah.
And then this big old fan on top, and then PlayStation's is like all
Base up to the top cooling, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, it like comes in
So interesting.
from the sides and I think
And the
underneath.
base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's got that like little circle bit. And then
Yeah.
exhaust out the top. And that fan is massive as well, but I think it's just the way the PlayStation one looks because it's so deep. It's just
it's so deep.
It's huge.
Okay, boy. That's a huge chunk. It's also really interesting in how the two companies have just tried to overcome heat problems as a whole because, like we said, the Xbox is so dense and it's got that huge exhaust on the top, and whereas PlayStation went opposite and they're like, make it flat, make it wide, please, take it out, push it away.
Yeah, like
it's interesting.
The motherboard seems massive. Like
it's
everything's
huge.
like spread out.
They're like, we'll put one bit over here, and then the next bit can go about 10 centimeters away.
Yeah.
Get a bit of breathing room over here.
Whereas,
I'm really interested to see how they compare in terms of heat and noise.
Absolutely.
Especially playing some powerful games.
Yeah.
And on top of that, how the discless PS5 runs compared to the Series X and the Series S.
Yeah.
It's all going to be very interesting. And there's a lot of people throwing shade out here for fucking unfounded reasons. Like, you don't know shit about this yet. Wait until you get your hands on it.
Also,
don't even try me.
Absolutely frustrating, all the shit you're seeing online, especially like the PlayStation is going to overheat, the Xbox is overheating, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I was talking to some friends in a group chat today on Twitter, and it's like, these are some of the best engineers in the world. There's a reason why they're the people who make these consoles, right? What is some fucking, like, what do I know? And what does some person online know? Like, I've made a PC before. Oh no, that's shit design.
Right.
It's like, dude, do you work for Sony? Did you design the PS5? Because
And there's like
they'd have a better idea.
Solutions to the same problem. Like, just because one is a densely packed unit doesn't mean that it's better or worse than a thick fucking flat boy. Like,
Exactly.
you don't know. I know shit, and we're not gonna know until people are pushing them to their limits. Like, calm the fuck down.
Exactly.
Oh.
And it's
I get the aesthetic thing. Like,
yeah. That's personal.
The PlayStation 5 is not for everybody. But I do love, and I think the capability for removing the faceplates is...
Oh, that's so sick.
But imagine if they start selling different shaped ones as special editions and shit. Like it could have the curved inside to help with the air intake and the airflow, and then you could just have, like, who fucking knows on the outside? Wild!
Big, like, swords.
Yeah, just put fucking blades on the outside. Chop.
Couple of these on the outside.
A couple of those bad boys. Like,
Mass Effect special edition.
Put some fucking LEDs out there. Like, I don't give a shit. I want cool shit on the outside. Like, I hope I can buy custom plates and paint them. Like,
hell yeah,
I want that.
That'd be sick. I hope
I'll do it.
Xbox have like skins.
They should be able to have skins.
Like,
it's literally a box.
It's just a box. Like, having skins.
And you'd like, it would be a skin with a hole cut out for the Xbox logo.
Yeah, and a disc drive.
And a slit for the disc. Yeah.
yeah. But like the other two sides are literally just, there's not even holes or anything on them. Yeah. And
Wild.
I love that, how different like the motherboards are.
Isn't the Xbox like they have like split internals?
Yeah, it's two-sided, so it's got like, I don't know. I think it's got the CPU and stuff on one side, and then the other side it's got whatever else. But it's like thick, and it's kind of stuck together. So it's got stuff on both sides, so it can kind of just slot perfectly inside the console. I love being able to kind of see what they're like on the inside now, and like how they've engineered the two different consoles to be entirely different. They're going to do the same thing basically. Like,
pretty much.
But they've just made them so different to each other.
Everyone's going to complain though.
Yeah, I need to like do something about my Twitter feed.
Wild, man. I just don't get it. Why would you come out here and just be like, by the way, Xbox is shit because it's compact. By the way, the PlayStation 5 is shit because it has, vertical exhausts or whatever. I saw people today complaining about the way that you have to fucking take the stand off to lay the PlayStation down. Who fucking gives a shit, man? Like,
I know. I
want your console to be stable? Whatever.
Like, so stupid.
It's 2 extra steps, bro. Isn't that hard?
So many screws are gonna get lost.
I like actually how they had the little screw section too.
Yeah, and then you like turn it and it goes away.
Yeah, like I was like, ooh, that is big thoughts. Like that's huge cranium. That's massive noggin. Like
huge cranium.
Massive nog. Like that's so good. And like also, the other thing I saw a lot of shit about today is the SSD.
Yes, yeah, let's talk about that.
Because the Xbox obviously has its proprietary slot.
Yeah.
Whereas the PlayStation, you have to get a screwdriver. Oh no, it's the worst thing in the world to put a PCI in. Oh no, it's never gonna. Oh no. Which is, personally, I would think that using a screwdriver is outweighed by the fact that you can use a PCIe and you can just shove whatever the fuck you want in there, as opposed to using a proprietary at this point, hardware. But
yeah, I think
good. Stop being a baby.
Also, like, if the side panels are pretty like bendable, then it's not going to be. It's not like opening that up, unscrewing like that little flap and putting a drive in is going to be easy to break the console by the looks of things. It's not like you have to go into the
like chung, unscrew, plop that bad boy in.
Yeah,
fucking slap that bad boy in. Whoopah!
And I wonder, like, this is stuff I wish Sony would talk about, is like with their SSD being so fast internally, like I wonder if
would they say 5.5?
Yeah, something like that.
5.5 gigabits per
gigabytes,
whatever.
I think. I wonder if putting an external SSD that doesn't meet that spec in there as an expansion will sort of act like what just plugging a USB hard drive in will act like, because it won't be able to deliver those speeds. And that's the kind of thing I wish Sony would like just would come out and just say, because it would make so much more sense.
Well, they're going to release a list of compatible like products that you can purchase immediately.
Yeah.
So I just wish they would already have that out there.
Yeah,
like,
it'd be good.
Just let me know already.
And like, yeah, the Xbox One is proprietary and it's expensive. It's $359 in Australia.
Wait, for how much?
For 1 terabyte. It's almost the cost of a fucking Series S.
Yeah, that's
that's
big oofed.
Yeah, but I mean, when you compare it to like a 1 terabyte high speed, like Gen 4, whatever it is, M.2, the prices aren't that different.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, but
how much did you say
matches the $359, but it matches the throughput of the internal SSD, which is, I think, the reason why they went with that. But you can still plug an external in and just use it as storage and then transfer your games between.
Absolutely.
Which, I've had a 500 gig and a terabyte console this gen, and the 500 gig one would get full and I would erase shit from it and install new games. But like, I have no issue doing that. I've never plugged a hard drive into my Xbox or my PlayStation. I don't like it. Doesn't matter enough to me.
The game.
I have so many like tiny indie games installed as well that like they take up like no space whatsoever to begin with. So
Absolutely. Mine's exactly the same. And like, it's not like I don't have many games downloaded. Every time it asks me to delete, I go through and I'm like, holy shit, I have like 12 things here. Like,
yeah,
what
exactly.
the fuck is this? I don't need this. Like, man, that makes me think about my Steam library that I need to have a look at. Even my Game Pass like library now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm excited to see what the usable space ends up being.
Yeah. There's like Xbox's is 800 and something because people have already been able to say that. 800, well, I can't remember exactly.
But
there were some screenshots for PlayStation, but we don't know if they're real, saying 664 or something like that.
Well, more than my PlayStation 4, so what do I know?
Yeah, exactly. And like that, for the Xbox, I think the OS is, whatever, 15 gig or 20 gig or something. Yeah. But then there's like a fair chunk of space there that is that kind of like quick resume information and the fact that they can use it as like external RAM, like almost in a way. It's obviously not as fast as RAM, but it's like acts as like kind of secondary place to store assets that are going to be used. Like that are going to be necessary to be used. So, whatever, 800 and whatever gigabytes it is, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want that much space, just buy a USB hard drive, plug it in, leave it plugged in all the time, and then transfer all your games to that when you're not using them.
Yeah.
Because you can still play previous gen games off a USB hard drive. And they've even said that, like, games on current gen and 360 and original Xbox, you can have them running off an external SSD or an external hard drive. They'll still get the benefits like increased frame rates and, if it's dynamic resolution, they potentially run at a higher resolution more of the time.
Yeah.
But you just won't get the quick loading screens, which is the only thing that having a backwards compatible game will really improve having it installed on the internal SSD, which is fine.
Obviously,
Like, I can deal with fucking loading screens.
I've dealt with them all my life.
Exactly. Having the game, I don't know if you've seen like Digital Foundry's video where they showed like the improvements from backwards compatible Xbox One games, but one of them that they played was Sekiro, which runs on an unlocked great game, unlocked frame rate on Xbox One and One X, and it's all over the place. Like, they were showing the frame graph, and it's like going from between 30 and 60 all the time.
I believe that.
And then as soon as you play it backwards compatible, it is locked 60 frames constantly, really nice. Which is awesome. And that's without any developer work. That's just it playing on more horsepower. And games that do have like dynamic resolution, like if they're in like a performance mode or, where it's tries to lock the frame rate and then the resolution changes, the resolutions are just locking to like 1800p or nearly 4K, and that's without the devs even having to do anything. So I think that's friggin' awesome. Just that's for the hardware to just be more like a PC. It just runs better on better hardware, which makes sense.
It just makes sense.
It just works, in the words of Todd Howard.
It just works.
So hopefully Digital Foundry will get their hands on the PlayStation instead of just Japanese YouTubers, who I don't know if they cover it in any, like, have covered the console in any technical manner.
Yeah.
But it seems to be just more like PR almost. They're just kind of playing a bit of the console and blowing into the controller in a pandemic. That seems safe.
Talking about sweet PR though, how are those fucking sales going. I know we talked about it earlier about myself actually securing one, but like, in the UK, retailers that had confirmed pre-orders for Xboxes had to then email out to everyone, sorry, you're not getting an Xbox, which had already happened to PlayStation orders over there, which, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
what the
calm
fuck?
down, dude.
What is going on there?
What is going on? And so much conspiracy that it's like a marketing ploy to make it look like the demand is huge and that you can't get anything.
Yeah, but why? Like, wouldn't they just want to make more money?
Just sell it. Just sell it.
Wouldn't they want
Why
to
would
make
they do that?
more money?
Yeah.
Did you see that also the Xbox All Access thing is kind of like bitten them on the ass in the UK because people signed up for it and then their pre-orders couldn't get fulfilled, so they technically got knocked back on a credit check and it's affected people's credit. Yeah. Because like it does a hard credit check when you apply for it, and then it got accepted, but then it got knocked back when they couldn't supply it for it.
Yeah. Oh.
So I don't know if that's Xbox's fault or if that's the company in the UK who are selling it, or if it's the financier that is.
I think it's probably a combo.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
I mean, like, it's a knock-on
messy.
effect. Like, this has caused this to happen because of their system, which has caused this. You know, like,
Yeah.
I think you'd have to. I think probably it would have to be on the financier to start the rectification process there, because they would have to accept a removal of that horrid credit check.
Yeah, and you would assume that it'll all get resolved. Yeah.
Hopefully so. Jeez, that's terrible. I have not heard that. In Australia, JB Hi-Fi, with their pre-orders, did not let you pay with gift cards.
Oh my god, yes.
And it was so rough too, dude, because I got my message on the 8th. They sent me a message, you can't use your gift card, which is the only reason I bought through JB Hi-Fi, right? Because they refunded my PlayStation 4 full 500 buckaroos. They're like, you cannot pay with gift cards. So I paid it with full money because they said, if you don't pay by the 11th, we will cancel your pre-order and we're giving it to someone else.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Yes.
Forget the fact, even knowing that you can't use a gift card, so many people can't pay $750 or $700 for, like, minus the $50 down payment. Like, a lot of people that may have tried to get it day one may not be able to drop $700 in a 5-day period. Like, that's rough.
It is rough, I think. Like,
And now they've changed their mind and allowed gift cards, and I can go back and, like, I have to contact them to change it if I want. But fuck that, I'm just going to use my card on, like, games and shit when it actually comes out. I'm going to spend that money anyway. But, like, that's just because I'm in a position where I'm able to do that because I knew this was coming, and I saved specifically for peripherals and the experience as a whole. Not everyone can do that. Like, some people were relying on gift cards to purchase it, may have given up their pre-order to a friend when they saw that they couldn't use gift card, and now they're fucked. Like, that's...
Yeah, imagine if it said, like, you can't pay with a gift card, so you cancelled it.
Yeah.
And then you find out
like,
a day later.
All right, I'll be... Yeah, like...
social media or something.
I'm a good boy. I'm going to cancel my pre-order. I'm not going to hold it for 5 days. I'll let somebody else have a good time. Or just been like, oh, I can't pay for this now. Elliot, do you want my PS5 day one? You pay for it. It's under my name, but I'll pick it up for you. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And now they're fucked.
I wonder, you just made me think of something, because, yes, that is fucking rough. And did I say at the start, I secured my Series S, but not my Series X. Yeah. So that's
digital boy.
Kind of sad and exciting at the same time. I want the Series X so
bad.
I want that fucking Series X so bad. But I wonder, now that you mentioned that, I will get it. I will get one on. I will get one on
launch day one. Push. Yeah, wireless to me. Back.
I'm a YouTuber. I need it.
I need it. You're 12, mate. You're 12.
Fucking do.
Xbox One X.
Yeah, that's the X. You made me think though. That shit. I've lost my train of thought. I
Made you
wonder
think too many
if
things.
after Sunday, when the pre-order like window like to pay it off ends for the Series X, I wonder if a bunch of people won't be able to afford it, and it will just cancel, and then maybe they'll push other people forward. So I'm not going to cancel mine.
It fully says that in my message. It says, if you do not pay. Wait, let me open the message. I'll read it word for word for you.
Please do.
These fucking messages. I got so many from bloody JB because they can't make up their mind about this shit. Alrighty.
Yeah, I've got a million as well.
They're just, and they send different text threads too. Like, send under the same number.
Yeah.
You little turd.
You turd.
You little turd. JB. High five.
Stupid.
Here we go.
Here we go. The suspense.
Oh no, that one's the gift card one. Damn, there's so many. There's so
I
fucking many.
can read it. I've got one as well, but it just,
Beautiful. Do
just
it.
replace the word the Xbox with PlayStation.
Same. You're here for your console, you fuck.
Oh wait, hold on. This one doesn't
I
say
got it
either.
I got it.
Oh,
Your
yeah, I
PlayStation
know,
5
yeah.
console pre-order is ready for final payment. Avoid the wait by choosing click and collect to pick up from your local JB store on release day. Pay now at link. Be quick and don't lose your spot in the queue. Link expires Sunday, October 11. And when you follow it through, it's like, some people haven't been able to reserve a spot for launch day. If you do not pay, you will lose your position and we will pass it on. See ya. They want that cashola.
Yeah. And it's rough because I just paid for the Series S, and then if they're like, guess what? You've been moved up
On
in the
Sunday.
queue. I'll be like, my wallet.
I love it, but I hate it.
My poor wallet.
It's so good, but it hurts so bad.
Why is technology so addictive?
You're like, I don't need food.
Yeah, I don't. Nah. I can eat
Water?
gruel.
Petrol. I got grass outside. That's greenery. Like,
yes. What a fucking schmozzle.
that's nuts. This whole situation, it continues to get wilder and wider on both sides. Like, when PlayStation absolutely fucked it with their pre-order, like, opens, and Xbox was like, don't worry, man. We'll tell you when it opens. We'll be all good. Everything's gonna be fine. And then they absolutely fucked it. Like,
it's like a lose-lose situation because, like, they're like, yeah, this is when it's gonna happen, and then everyone was just like, oh, well, we know exactly when it's gonna happen now. So it's probably even worse, to be honest.
They gloated too hard. I think, even though JB was a little cuck with their bloody no gift card, I think the
Cuck.
I think their priority list pre-order was probably the best thing they could have done. Like, it didn't crash the site because you're just signing up to be notified if you can get it. It allows them to notify you on an appropriate timeline where they know what stock they have and when they can deliver. They can organize shipping to the correct stores, so they're not going to just assign, 5 Xboxes to this store, 5 to that store.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was, even though it's, you don't get that immediate gratification from knowing you've got that pre-order, I think that it handled very well because they are just able to let you know that yes, you're going to get it, or no, you're not getting yours on launch day, but you do have something reserved for later if you don't happen to get it elsewhere.
Yeah, because my Series X one said, like, you're not... your place in the queue means you're not getting it on launch day, but don't worry, you'll get it just before Christmas. So
we could move forward depending on shipping.
Yeah, and at least I know that as a kind of roundabout date. Whereas my EB Games pre-order is like post-launch 2020. That's it. That could mean November the 11th or December the 31st. That could mean anything.
Yeah, and I think from what I heard from other people who also ordered through EB, like, I think one of my friends tried to order for the late 2020, and when they got their confirmation, it was early 2021.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Like it just sucks. And I think just the priority listing, it's just so clear as to what's happening. Like
Yeah.
there's no point for mussing up, and because that gives them that time to reach out to you, you have the exact right expectation. Hopefully they can deliver on them. But that remains to be seen for every retailer.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And like,
go to Big W and get your PS5 day one.
and that's the thing, you probably fucking can. You can probably walk into Big W on day one and there'll be a few consoles. Like, at least at the start of the day.
Everyone fucking out the front of Big W 6 a.m.
Dude, I used to work for Big W. People were like that. Like when the PS4 and Xbox came out, like people were there.
Bad was the pre-orders at that time, because I was just completely out of the
Don't know.
game at that point. I was like, I'm not even gonna try. I'm waiting for Bloodborne. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I didn't get one until a year after because I didn't want Kinect and I didn't buy a PlayStation 4 at launch.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm good playing my 360 for a year.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I managed.
Yeah, you're like, looking back, I was so stupid.
I just did. I mean, I was smart because I didn't get Kinect. That would have just been a waste of my life. But yeah, I waited till 2014. So I'm not sure how the pre-order situation went. I guess there's like COVID as well. But
terrible.
No.
Yeah, but COVID as well. Like, PlayStation's only selling in 7 countries first. Like, the UK's not even included. So I can understand when retailers in the UK were like, okay, we're not getting as many PlayStations as we expected. Potentially because what they expected had been changed when the original 7 countries, like, the stock got moved to them because the pre-orders were overwhelming or whatever. But like, just no one did well. No one did anything good.
No.
It sucks. How did they not? I don't know. I heard a couple of people the other day talking about, like, they should have just not released something. Like, why release something when people can't buy it? Again, it's not bad for them financially that people can't buy it. It just creates a lot of want, so that's good for them. But it is frustrating as well for consumers from every angle.
Yeah, and like so many products come out all the time, so it's like, the world doesn't stop.
Exactly.
Like, they need to make their, fiscal,
Absolutely. Which is that's just a responsibility that every company has to hit. Like, you can't expect them to delay forever because you don't get something day one. It sucks. I was 100% set on not getting it day one, and I got that text 4 days ago. They were like, your pre-order's confirmed, baby, and I was like, you what?
Pay for it.
I was like, give me and my hype has like gone up immeasurably from then. But I wasn't fucking the saltiest cunt on the earth just because I wasn't getting it day one. Like, I can live without it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Plus, like, you were pretty quick on the JB Hi-Fi thing. I would have probably gotten a Series X if I wasn't spending 45 minutes on the EB website fucking around. I could have just gone to JB Hi-Fi straight away and just been like, bam, at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
So stupid.
So I blame EB. Fuck you, EB. Fuck you.
They did terribly. Especially for Xbox. PlayStation 5 had come before. You saw the hell days previously. Like, you know what's gonna happen, and you didn't try it. You didn't try anything. Like,
I know. Like, what is the infrastructure on their website to not even be able to handle that? Like, that is fucking
especially
bullshit.
when it's saving your card details, and then it's like, forgot it.
Yeah,
you can't have this.
And then it was like, it logs you out, and then you log in with the password that was saved in Keychain on my phone, and it's like, incorrect password. I was like, no, it is fucking not. And then it would work, and then it would be like, nah, sold out. Fuck, it was such a shit show. They should have done like,
you could have opened up JB and EB at the same
World
time.
Like level 4 at 8, and then level 3 at 8:30, and then level 2 at 8:45, and then level 1 at 8. Like, and then
I think that's a bad idea. I think you'd probably receive a lot of hate for it, but they're receiving a lot of hate for what happened anyway.
Yeah,
What
you
could have
can't
been a
win.
good idea is like actually no, because I hate this, but another thing with like when a Nike gets released, like a very low stock Nike, they will allow you to pop in your email to be in a draw to be in like a first wave or get the chance to order so that you get a first place. They could have done that.
I mean, PlayStation did that as well.
They did,
But
yeah. I
I
didn't
only
apply
know
to do it
one
because
person
it's
who
shit.
got a response, and it was like,
Yeah.
"Congratulations, you had the chance to buy one." Also, I spoke to someone who just went on PlayStation.com.au and bought the console directly from PlayStation, like hours after the pre-order went up.
Yeah.
So it's like there is always that option, just buy it directly from the
Yeah.
manufacturer. But we don't think of
But
that first
when
either.
do I don't want to do that because when do I get that?
Exactly. Are they really going to ship it to ensure you get it on launch day? Is it
Nah.
going to get lost in the post? Do you get like, are you
Some
going to get it?
bitch is gonna feel that package, feel those curved edges,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "This is mine. This is mine." It's gonna, what is it? It's a heavy load that needs two people to
Yeah.
carry. They're gonna pick that bad boy up with their mate, and they'll be like, "This bad boy here, this
This is a
PS5,
PlayStation."
this PS5."
Ah. Alarm's going
That's the
off.
sound of PS5. But man, like,
Yeah, it was
Woo!
an absolute joke.
What a joke.
And yeah, what do you do? Nothing.
even JB, like in my emails, they're like, if you get this delivered to your house, you're not getting it day one. It's just not happening.
Yeah, it's like,
so like
get it on launch day by picking it up in store.
it's like click and collect, or don't try. Like it's almost like so aggressive. They're like, if you don't pick, click and collect, I'm giving your pre-order to somebody.
I'm
If you don't
scalping
need
your
it day
pre-order.
one for picking, like for click and collect, you don't deserve it, man. Like,
Oh, that's so funny.
oofed.
Mhm.
I'm so excited, as well because like we're gonna get it first.
I know.
I love hardware releases.
Yeah, I know.
Like this, like online shit where anyone can download it. It can be like a literal global timeline. Nah, fuck that. We get it first, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Baby.
I don't
Fuck yeah.
count New
And
Zealand.
first because we're one of the Elite Seven.
Yeah. The Elite Seven.
So good. I can't
hell
believe
yeah.
the UK isn't in that.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I don't know. It's weird. All of Europe too.
Yeah, like
big rip.
nowhere over there. Like just forget all of that.
Mm.
Just over here. So
Yeah,
strange, I think. But
it
I
is
mean, it's
super
only a
weird.
week. They probably weren't
True.
going to get a day one pickup anyway. They can wait a week.
Yeah, they're like, everyone in Europe is just like, doesn't get their console till 2021 because the Elite 7 have taken all the consoles.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they diverted a lot of their like stock.
Because
to
imagine, like,
take care of the handling.
The US is just got to be a massive percentage of that.
And Japan itself, like, huge.
Absolutely. Huge. Absolutely huge.
Huge.
We're getting almost to 1 hour. Let's quickly talk about Ghost of Tsushima Legends and New Game Plus coming out on October 16th. I'll do a quick read up from the PlayStation blog. So, Ghost of Tsushima is getting a cooperative multiplayer experience called Legends. It'll be free, which is awesome. A classic element of some of our favorite samurai films is warriors standing together, ready to fight as a team. In Ghost of Tsushima Legends, you can fight side by side with your friends, which is such an important part of fulfilling that samurai fantasy in a whole new way. It also looks kind of mystical.
Fantasy! I'm so excited.
Features two-player story missions and 4-player survival missions, as well as a raid. That will release in the weeks following launch. After you've downloaded version 1.1, you can visit the PlayStation Store from your PS4 to download a free unlock for Legends, which will allow you to play. Keep in mind that an internet connection... Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I'm interested. I don't know anything about what the New Game Plus looks like.
Yeah, neither do I. But
What
let me
what does that mean
let
for
me
you?
get to
Like,
that.
I personally dislike when you have a new game plus and it's just you keep your levels and you do it again.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge fan of that. I like extra challenges, like in Dark Souls 2, and they added all like red phantoms and like stuff like that. I love that. I mean, I do replay all the Dark Souls over the new game pluses regardless,
hmm.
but I prefer when things are changed. Um, it just gives so much more to experience that way.
Well, it sounds like here there'll be increased difficulty. Uh, you'll keep all your techniques, gear, and vanity items obtained in your previous playthrough. Difficulty will be increased to provide a new challenge. You also find yourself with brand new horse, which features a vibrant red mane and unique saddle. There are also new extremely powerful charms that can help Jin
Oh yeah.
unleash devastating attacks that may change the way you play. You also be able to unlock an additional upgrade for your sword, bow, and armor.
Oh nice.
And there's also some new trophies, and there's a new
I forgot about that.
merchant
My
called the
platinum.
Ghost Flower Merchant. Um,
Oh yeah, new
with a
dyes and
new type
things.
of flower. Yeah, can only be earned in New Game Plus, accepted by a mysterious new merchant that you find in Ariake. If you complete the tale or activity and already have the reward, you earn ghost flowers in its place. Okay, even if you've completed Jin's journey before, it's still exciting to explore Tsushima once again to collect as many ghost flowers as you can. That's cool. There's also a cool thing where you can set loadouts now. So, say if you
Cool.
have a certain outfit that you want to have certain charms with, you can save that loadout, and then when you change back into that outfit, it
Nice.
brings back the charm, so you don't have to change them all the time.
Yeah, that is nice.
There's some new photo mode things.
I think like
Yeah,
personally, I'd really love if the shrines were in slightly different spots, or if the hot springs were in slightly different spots, or whatever. Just a
yeah,
little difference,
yeah, yeah,
Like, especially as someone who 100%ed it and like went
yeah,
around and got every shrine and all that sort of stuff. Like, I just don't want to do that again. That's me. I know a lot of people do love to replay games. It's just not really my jam. So I mean, I do want the new Ghost Flowers. But if I load it up again, I'm going to need to get all the rest of the trophies. Like,
also
such
new
a hard
horse.
decision. New horse. I do like new horse.
Got a fancy
I
red
did
mane.
do like my original horse though. Um, but I really am keen for the multiplayer as well.
Yeah, yeah, me too. The classes are samurai, hunter, who looks
Is there a
scary,
Ronin?
ronin, and
Yeah.
assassin.
I
That's
have no idea
cool.
how they.
That's really cool. So
And
yeah,
I love the
I'm
fantasy theme.
quite interested in that. I went back and played a little bit of it and got a little bit further in the story, but I just haven't
Wait,
given myself enough time. Hey,
too many games. Where are you up to?
still like in the first few missions after getting to the second area.
Second Zone. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
cool.
Which
Dude, the
I
story
like.
gets
It's
so good.
I know. I
Like,
just need to
it
do it.
ramps up so hard, dude. You
Hmm.
gotta pop back into it.
I gotta play
Finish
that, and
Squadrons, do your multiplayer, and then back into Ghost.
yeah, I
You
think
gotta nut that shit out until well before Cyberpunk.
yes, yeah. I've got to finish Ghost.
Make a
Squadrons
checklist.
won't take long. That's going to take about an hour, and Wasteland 3 before the new console. So I've got a
Dude, I need to
month.
finish Wasteland 3 as well.
Yeah, it's good too. It's really good. I really like it. But I'm at that point where I like the difficulty curve has just gone up because I haven't like fully decked myself out. So now I have to like go through and really
I have
think about
so
my
many,
gear.
yeah, I have so many skill points that I just haven't put in because I'm like, I don't know what I want to dedicate this to yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those
Idiot.
games
The
for sure.
perks, I'm like, oh, this person has 4 perks.
Yeah,
Fuck,
you could be so
fool.
powerful.
You could be powerful, but I'm too indecisive.
Yeah, well, I think on that note, we might wrap it up. If that's okay with you, Kat. Is there anything
Boss.
else you want to add before we giggity go?
Um, be nice to people
Yes.
all the time.
That is fucking splendid advice.
Yeah.
Be
And
nice.
follow me
Just
on Twitch.
yes, that is even
Those are
better
two
advice.
cores. Those are two core things you need to achieve enlightenment and to be the best person you can be. Be kind to people and follow me on Twitch.
Yes, twitch.tv/CapCat.
You got it.
And
It'll be here somewhere.
just like enjoy the fact that video games are a thing. Don't be a fucking dick.
Don't be mad about video games, and don't be mad that somebody else gets to enjoy video games in their own way.
I
Like,
know. Fuck.
I'll get back into it. Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, Kat. Thank you.
As always.
I know we haven't done this as regularly as we were, but hopefully we'll be back into weekly episodes. I think I'm going to, if you've made it this far in the video, first of all, thanks, or audio version. I think I'm going to change the schedule to release potentially on a Saturday now.
Nice.
So people can have their weekend listening. If
save it for Monday drive to work.
Exactly. Or if you're like, doing a bit of, a cheeky Sunday sesh or something like that, you can listen to Controllers and Coffee. Yes, and I should have a new video going up tomorrow, and then videos on Tuesdays and Fridays. So, yes, trying to get into that.
Trying to get the groove.
It's hard work, working and making content. But you know what? We can do this if we work together.
If we work together.
If we put our minds together.
If we become a husker.
Yeah, I mean, that's, pretty much my life. Thank you so much, Kat. Everybody go follow Kat. Go watch her stream. She's absolutely hilarious to watch stream. Greatest reactions.
I'm actually really close to affiliate as well. I've hit 2 of the goals already.
Oh, sick.
The last goals I need is 6 more followers.
All right, go, and do it.
And do it. Get in there. By the time this is uploaded, I want to hit that goal. And the other one I need is the goal I haven't hit yet is you need to stream 7 times this month, because I just haven't streamed 7 times yet.
Well, it's only the
3.
It's only the 8th, so
you've
got plenty of time.
I streamed Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. And the Sunday might alternate with Monday sometimes, depending on other work. But I'm on my way, baby. We can do it.
Hell
come on, dude. Join me. Let's have some fun together.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody, for subscribing to Direckt Gaming, because I just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
And damn, I'm so excited.
Damn, boy.
So, thank you, everybody.
This man be working.
Yeah, this man be working. Thank you, everybody. And thanks, Kat. And thanks for listening and watching Controllers and Coffee, episode 11, I think. We'll be back next week. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of everything we covered this week as well. And enjoy. Have fun. Be nice to each other. Be kind. Talk to you soon. Thanks, Catty.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.